Okay. So, we're live again. Welcome to the CosCast episode 30. Can you believe it?
Oh my god!
What?
Yeah, it's 30. We've been doing this for like almost a year. Well, in February it'll be a year. So, yeah, kudos to us.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, today we are going to talk about Desucon Cosplay and Japan, a little bit of a wrap-up about our experiences from yesterday's convention.
Yes,
But
yes.
before we do, let's get our normal, program out of the way. I am your main host, Pixiedust Cosplay, and with me I have my wonderful co-hosts.
Annabella Cosplay.
And Enyassia Cosplay.
Welcome, ladies. So, let's talk about cosplay progress. This is probably going to be boring because we haven't really done that much during the past months. So
No, we haven't. Everything is still packed down, but I did a few tweaks on my costume before Desucon Cosplay in Japan, so that's something. I have touched the needle and thread.
Yeah, at least that's something. Well, I had to buy a new bra for my Luna Lovegood cosplay because all my bras are black or purple, and that doesn't really look nice under a neat white shirt, so I had to get a nude bra. So yeah, that's what I did.
That's what you do for cosplay.
That's what you do for cosplay. And how about you, Enyassia? Have you done anything?
Nope.
No. Okay, well, let's just mosey past that then. Let's talk about cosplay news and what's moving and shaking around in the cosplay community this week.
There's some serious stuff going on.
Do you want to start us off, Annabella?
The lovely Crix Design is doing her last-minute finish touches, I think, to her red cosplay for the, is it MCM?
No, it's a Euro Cosplay Championship. But yeah, it's at the MCM convention, yes.
Because she is representing Norway.
Yes, she is. And it's like next weekend or something like that, I think. So
it's really
getting close.
It is.
Yeah. Now, for those of you who don't know who Red is the main character from an indie game called Transistor. And I can screen share an image with you so you all get to know. Oh, no, I can't. I'm in a different computer today and it's not working as it should. So, sorry about that.
No. I was so excited at looking at this character.
Yeah, well, you can Google it. It's Red from the game Transistor. So she has this big, fancy, like glowing, see-through greenish sword, which is off the hook. So I'm really curious to how Crix is going to solve the design issues that will arise around that particular sword.
And he needs to travel with it as well. So that will be a challenge.
Yeah.
That is one big-ass sword! Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? I hate this. I had to start the Hangout in Opera this time because Google Chrome was being a bitch. So, well, we'll survive.
Yes.
Yes, we will. Okay, so the next piece of news is that the winner of the cosplay contest yesterday at Desucon Cosplay in Japan was a girl named Cecilia Erhilsen, and she came to the convention in an amazing Albus Dumbledore cosplay. So we were pretty convinced that she was going to win straight from the get-go, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Just at the moment she walked in through the main doors, I was like, wow. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah.
The details, the prosthetics, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Albus Dumbledore.
Yeah. It really was really convincing.
And when she talked in a girl voice, I was like, what?
Yeah, that's really disconcerting. But yeah, so if anyone wants to check out her cosplay, you can visit her on her page on Facebook. She doesn't have an official cosplay page yet, but you can find her under her name, Cecilia Erhilsen, and you can see a photo there. And we've also interviewed her. So if you watch our video on the CosCast page, you can see her there. She is the last interview in that video.
And one other thing that I realized, because she's the best friend of Grotesque Kawaii.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that the two of them were hanging out. That's really fun.
Yeah.
So the cosplay community isn't that big. It's kind of, smaller than you think.
Yeah, it is.
Now, Enyassia, one of your friends are doing something really special now at the moment. You want to talk a little bit about that, maybe?
Well, it's Santatori and Time for Lemony. They have been invited to by some photographers in Milan to do photo shoots of Marjorie, Tris, and Siri.
That's really cool.
All expenses is arranged, so it's pretty cool. And if you follow Time for Lemony, you can also see that she has gotten a sword and a dagger for Siri. That's like very accurate.
Yeah, like it's forged. Real. It's the real deal.
It's forged. It's real swords. Sword, dagger. Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
Yes, me too.
I found it a little bit funny that they were spending their Friday night in Milan at IKEA.
Yeah.
Really? They did that?
Yes, they did that.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Cosplayers are just not like other people.
No.
Before I forget, we should mention that if you guys have any comments you would like to share regarding how you perceived Desucon Cosplay in Japan, did you have fun? Was there anything that could have been done better? Was there anything you were particularly pleased with? Write us a comment on YouTube and let us know, and we'll definitely talk about it. Do that. We love comments.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, well, I think that was all the news we had for this week, so let's move on to the main subject, which is, surprise, surprise, Desucon Cosplay and Japan.
What?
Really?
What?
No.
Okay. Wait.
So, what did we like the best about the con itself? Like, the way it's structured, or the program, or, stuff like that.
I really found it helpful that they kind of presented the security guys at the opening segment of the convention, and we're like, hey, if you see these people with the security badges, these are the people you should ask or talk to if you have any problems with anything. That I found really, really nice.
Yeah, it's very responsible. Oops, I'm sorry. That's very responsible.
And that's
one ladylike tonight.
That's one of the things they got a lot of critique from the last con.
Right, because they weren't,
I was going to say that it looks like they've actually listened to the critiques and done something about it, and that's one of my main things that I think were good about this Desucon, that I actually tried to be better than Desucon 10.
Definitely.
And they had this huge eating hall, which was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
They had opened up one of the restaurant areas in the Congress Center, which was really nice because you could actually sit and eat this year.
Yeah,
without
all the fuss and noise from the rest of the con.
Yes. Yeah, it's a nice place to just have a break and breathe a little bit,
Yeah.
Also, one thing that I really liked is that they actually handed out a program. People were standing next to the entrance and handing out printed programs, which I really thought was a nice touch, because I've been missing that for the previous few years. Just because it's so hard to just remember when and where everything is going to be, and it's not always that easy to check it on the phone either. So.
No, I cannot even check it on my phone because my internet is screwed. So I found it really nice to have a program, because I tend to forget everything. Even though if I read something, 10 seconds later, I have no fucking clue what I just read. So
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, and also the viewers will just have to bear with me today because I'm having a super allergic response to all the dust that's whirling around my apartment because we've been packing stuff and putting them into boxes and cleaning and whatnot. So I might be a little nasal and snotty and yeah, not well behaved throughout the evening.
Such a rebel.
Such a rebel. Oh,
must be allergies. All that red hair, you know.
Yeah, because this is real.
You're an internal redhead.
Yes, on the inside. Okay, so what are the things that we didn't like so much, perhaps, about the con itself? Do we have anything?
Well, there's nothing really that I didn't like because I think they managed to do what they have planned quite well. The program itself, of course, it could have been some more interesting, you know, workshops and panels and stuff like that, but the technical stuff worked pretty well, I would say.
Yeah, absolutely.
They even kind of jumped in the spur of the moment and were really spontaneous about like songs and the lights and stuff like that. So that I found really, really cool.
Yeah, it was a huge step up from earlier years when the things have been glitchy and in the middle of the cosplay contest, you know, things stop working and you know. So it was really nice. What I didn't appreciate was not so much what happened at the con, but before the con, because they were a bit slow with putting up the final program. So I think a lot of people ended up not going just because there wasn't anything new or interesting on the program to do.
I didn't even know that they had a guest. This I didn't know until I entered the convention and you guys told me about this person. Because I have never heard about Elfie.
Elfie. Yeah.
Elfie? I've never heard of him before. So if I had known that he was going to be a guest, I would have had time to Google him and check out his page and check out his work and stuff like that. So yeah, I can agree to that.
Yeah, and well, a lot, as Sam mentioned earlier, a lot of the things on the program are, you know, old things that have been done over and over again. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but a lot of the new things were added so late in the process, so it was kind of, it could have been, you know, nailed down a bit sooner, I believe.
Yeah.
And also, I have seen some critique about the art stand's costs.
Yeah.
From the people who were going to have art stands. Sorry. Oh my god.
Got some allergies too?
Oh, my throat just got really, really dry.
Ew.
I'm sorry. But yeah, that the cost for having an art stand was like thickly high.
Yeah.
For just one day. If it was like Desucon, the main Desucon, which is 3 days, I would have understood it. But when it's just one day, it's...
Yeah, and basically all you get is a table and 2 chairs. And I think the last time I had an art stand, which is years ago, it was like 400 or 600 for one day. And I think that is a lot, considering, you know, how much it's going to cost people to make new stuff and you know, transport it to the convention. And if their sales aren't that great, then, you know, they're out a lot of money, basically.
Yeah, because I don't think that the art stands really sell, you know, stuff for like 3,000 krones. Then you have to have a lot of stuff and really popular stuff. But if you have like drawings and things, you may not be able to sell for like.
I think that also varies a lot from art stand to art stand, because some are popular and some may have a slower sale, but I think everyone gets a sale or two during the day at least. But
yeah, but that's not 3,000 krones. Then you will lose money from having an art stand, and that shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I've reacted to that too. That I think that those art stand tickets are a bit pricey. considering, you know, how much of the work you end up doing yourself anyway.
Yeah, and I also find that the art stands were kind of shipped off to another room, so they weren't maybe visited that much.
Well, maybe. I mean, I see it as a good thing and a bad thing, because last time it was very crowded in the main vending hall, you know. It was very hard to tell the art stands and the stores apart, and it was hard to see who was selling what. So there was a little bit more room in both areas this year, which made it easier to look at things. But I do think that maybe the art stands lost a little bit of revenue due to the change of scene, because people might not automatically think to visit them there.
Yeah. And one thing that we didn't find, like, the official Desucon photo stand.
Yeah, I couldn't find that. Where was that? Does anyone ever know?
Yeah,
I think it was supposed to be in the corner of the same room where the art stands were, but
it wasn't there.
I think it was supposed to be like the wall or something, but it wasn't properly made as a photo stand, so
there weren't any people taking photos there.
Yeah, it was just like design photo stand or photo shoot.
Yeah, so that wasn't so good. Could have been better. But all in all, I mean, it was a good convention. We had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I even got flirted with by a wolf boy.
Yeah. That was very cute.
You did. You got a lot of attention for your Merida this convention.
I got a lot of hugs and people yelling, "Oh, Merida!" or "Brave!" and stuff like that. So,
yeah. Oh, and one of my this brings us kind of over to the next question in line, which is, what was the most fun activity that we participated in, or which part of the convention was the most fun for you guys?
The versus competition thing, that was so funny. It was so funny.
Yeah, in the beginning, I thought it was going to be very awkward, like, but then it got really fun.
Well, I have to say that it was the Cookie Monster who did the whole show. He stole the whole show.
Well, the Malfoy family thing also was very funny.
Yeah, yes.
Cookie was the favorite.
Yeah.
Snape was funny too. And I really loved the Pikachu, and when Snape and Pikachu kind of had this battle, and they had, like, agreed what they were supposed to do in the beginning. They both ended up with shocked to death.
Yeah, they both got electrocuted because Snape cast a water spell and Pikachu used his lightning powers, and then they both got, like, zapped and went like, ah! That was really funny.
Lying on the stage is all spasms.
Yes. So it wasn't necessarily like the real fight winner who won, because the audience decided. So I would say that the Cookie Monster kind of lost every battle, but still won the whole thing.
Necessarily. But he was a hell of a dancer.
Oh yeah.
I'm really curious who was the Cookie Monster.
Yes, who's the Cookie Monster?
Yeah, if you're watching Cookie Monster, we would like to know who you are, because you were really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were one of my favorites at the con. Definitely.
Well, one of the really fun things also was when that guy, what's his name again? The guy who's participated in our contest.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, I know his name.
But it was really fun to get recognized.
Yeah, it was Frederick. Frederick came up to us and said, "Hi, the CosCast girls, I love you," and it was so sweet.
Yeah, that was really, really fun.
I heard someone say that.
We have a CosCast fan.
Wow. That's a perk. That's a bonus with doing these kinds of things. You know, on top of having fun together every Sunday, we get to make other people's lives fun as well. Hopefully.
I hope so.
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. So we all agreed that the versus thing was really fun, so they could bring that back next year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was going to participate in the writing contest, but we just didn't have the time, and I was so tired, so I didn't get to do that this time around. But maybe on Desucon Fantasy, we'll see.
Yeah.
I
I also like the concert.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
You remember what the band was named?
No.
No. Well, we'll put a link to it in the show notes so people can check it out. Because there was this band on the main stage who played a little concert with tunes from famous video games. And also from animes, I think, because one of the guys were singing in Japanese at some point, and that was really cool.
Really cool, and he was a very good singer as well.
Mm. People were dancing and having fun and being goofy, and yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, it was. I just wish I was standing like in a corner where people weren't moving because I felt awkward.
That's your modus operandi. That's your default mode. Awkward.
Yes. I like standing like this in corners.
Yeah. Okay, so the next question then is, it's a long one, and I'll kind of elaborate into it. So this time around, we had a camera with us and a tripod, and we decided to go around interviewing some of the cosplay judges and the winner of the cosplay contest at Desucon. And we've never done this before, and I just want to know, how do you guys feel about that experience? Was it scary or fun or?
No, it wasn't scary. We're talking to people that we have talked to before. Some of them, at least.
That helps.
It helps. And most people are kind of friendly and want to be on film. So it was easy both talking to people and get people to, show off.
Hmm.
I don't think it was hard at all. I was standing behind the camera.
True. Annabella and me did most of the talking, which is fine. But yeah, I thought it was very fun, and even though we could have probably been a bit more prepared, and it would have been nice to actually have a proper handheld microphone, or little pin-on microphones, just to improve the sound quality a little bit. I think it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did. But if you think about it, we didn't really plan to do any interviews. That was just a spur of the moment thing. So
yeah,
I think we did well.
Yeah. We were basically just going to walk around and just film the convention, or I was at least, and then we decided, hey, we could actually interview some people and, make something out of it, and it was really fun. So we got to talk to Cryo Canine Creative, who was a judge in the drop-in cosplay contest, and we talked to Enyassia Cosplay, who was a judge in the big cosplay contest, and the winner of the contest, of course. And so, yeah, we just asked them questions about how it was like to be a judge, and if it was hard judging, and who they were cosplaying as, and just, had fun. And if you want to see all the interviews, we've posted them on our Facebook page, and I will also be posting them to YouTube, so I will leave a link in the show notes so you can check it out.
Yay!
Yay! So I think it's like a 5-minute video. Who doesn't have time to watch a 5-minute video? Come on. You can. You can do it. Yeah, I don't really have any more questions prepared for you.
I'm wondering about one thing, though.
Yeah?
Because the cosplay competition was divided in 2 parts.
Yeah.
The drop-in competition and the big cosplay competition. What do you guys feel about how that worked? Because to me, it seemed like the big cosplay competition, it was first, second, and third place. But in the drop-in, you had like best makeup and a lot of other side categories. What do you feel about that?
Well, I mean, in the main contest, they focus, on everything, craftsmanship, makeup, show, or performance. and so you kind of have to have the entire package there. So I think it's kind of a higher quality level that you have to reach to actually win something. Whereas in the drop-in cosplay, you get judged on a single feature. For example, best makeup or best craftsmanship or best prop. And so I think that's kind of nice to have like a different levels of competition that you can participate in, because if you haven't really participated in a competition before, the drop-in cosplay could be a nice like gateway contest, if we may.
I agree.
I do too. The only thing I find a bit weird is that the drop-in cosplay competition seems to have more prizes and more categories than the big one.
Yeah.
And the big one is obviously people who had more elaborate cosplays, if I can say it like that. I just found it a little bit weird that it was like more prizes for the drop-in one than the big one.
Yeah, no, I get it, because I mean, a lot of the people who participate in the main contest have really elaborate costumes and have worked on them for a really long time, and I suppose that it would be very nice to have like a best performance category or a best makeup category or whatever in that contest too, but
that's what
maybe it would just take too long. Maybe it would just be too hard to judge that.
Yeah, I think so too, but maybe those participants should have been kind of in the drop-in competition as well, that you would kind of compete with those as well.
Yeah.
But that would mean that more work for the judges.
Yeah. But I might be wrong, but I think maybe at Desucon Fantasy, when Ingrid Beast won with her Keely, I think maybe they had categories there.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, like best makeup and stuff.
Yes.
So it seems like it varies a lot from convention to convention, even within the Desucon,
it does.
Yeah.
It might be that they're just trying something new. And price-wise, it might be that I didn't have enough sponsors to give enough prizes for the contestants in the main contest.
Yeah, that's possible.
But the prizes for the main contest was amazing. So
yeah, I mean, a ticket to the Euro Cosplay Championship and gift certificates and stuff, and also that plaque that they get, the winners. That's pretty cool.
And I kind of missed a talk about why the winner won.
Yeah.
Because now it was just like, nice. Okay, so the first place goes to blah. It was not like you have won because of this and this and this and this and this. The winner is. That's what it usually is.
Yeah, they usually do that. So I was kind of wondering why they weren't this time, because usually the judges come up to tell why they found this cosplay above the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember us talking about that while we were sitting in the audience. Like, why aren't the judges on stage presenting who won the main prizes? Because that's normal, and it would have been really nice to see more of the judges,
Yep.
And hear a little bit about what they were thinking and what their process was. For sure.
Yes.
I laughed really hard when that one contestant who was Cusco from The Emperor's New Groove was on stage. That was so funny.
Yeah, even though he didn't win like first or second or third place, he still had the best performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was memorable. You remember that, dancing and, gyrating and whatever it was he was doing. It was funny.
Yes.
It was.
So if they had more like categories, he would definitely win best performance or crowd's favorite or something like that.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So, is there anything that you would like to see more of on the program for Desucon Cosplay in Japan next year?
Maybe more. I find it really fun that they have put in like karate lesson and stuff like that, and they also had this Japanese history thing. Maybe more like language workshop or maybe like, you know, writing Japanese, or
Yeah, like learn Japanese in 30 minutes.
yeah, maybe create your own manga stripe or something like that.
Yeah, or maybe have it like an introductory course to manga or anime for those people who attend the convention but don't necessarily know that much about anime or manga. That could be cool.
Maybe like a competition about the best chibi picture of a character or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I would like to see more stage shows.
Yeah.
Actually, like private persons perhaps putting together a sketch or
Yeah, a skit contest,
performing
basically.
and stuff like that. I like stage shows.
Yeah. Torucon had this thing called open mic or open scene thing where people could come and perform with either skits or songs or dancing or whatever. And that was really fun, and it drew a lot of the crowd into the main stage area. And I think that Desucon could definitely profit from having something like that.
Yeah.
Because I know that I would want to participate in a skit or, open mic thing. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
You're so talkative today.
Yeah,
Really?
well, yeah, I can agree with you, but I wouldn't. I don't have any talent, so.
But you make a talent. Come on.
No. My talent is to be negative.
Oh, really?
You can make
I
us
don't believe
out of
you.
that.
Yeah.
Miss Positive and Miss Negative.
No, but I think we could have made something, the three of us together or something like that. I think we could definitely have rocked the stage, and I think a lot of people would have liked to do that too. Like JC and the Fuzzy Teddy N did a skit from Dragon Age, and that was really funny because they played on what people know about the game, but they also made it accessible for people who haven't played Dragon Age either. So.
That's important.
That is very important. Yeah, I think that an open mic thing might be a really good idea.
It is.
And we didn't catch the cosplay catwalk this year, which is very unlike us. We usually do that.
We were too busy having a photo shoot.
Yeah, and besides, I've been to so many cosplay catwalks with Merida, so it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if I have something new, I'll do it, but not Merida every time.
No, I totally get it. I mean, I haven't been on a cosplay catwalk with my Luna Lovegood cosplay, but then again, it's not a very flashy costume, so why bother?
Well, that's not a positive way of thinking.
I don't have a flashy costume. I cannot participate.
Of course you can participate if it's not a flashy costume. It's just that,
You want to have a flashy costume.
Yes, I want to have a flashy costume. I'm a flashy kind of girl. I like the bling. Can't help it.
Well, I'm just the opposite.
I know. I mean, Annabella can't even wear necklaces on a day-to-day basis. It's like, no, get it off.
No, I cannot wear rings, or I can wear like hairbands around my wrist. That's okay, but everything else, no, I hate.
No. So what happens if you get engaged at some point in your life? Like, are you just not going to wear the ring?
Yes, I'm not gonna wear it.
She's gonna tattoo it on.
No, but I don't even find those kind of rings pretty. I think they're ugly as fuck.
Well, you don't have to buy an engagement ring. You can buy like a dragon ring or something and call it
I would wear that.
ring.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Go on the Dragon's Den and buy an engagement ring there.
Exactly. I mean, mine is just white gold, so it's completely simple, so there's nothing fancy going on, and I'm super happy with that. I don't need no diamonds.
No, I
want
don't
a
like
diamond.
diamonds.
What,
No.
you want a...
I want a sapphire and a ruby and
Everything!
every jewel. Oh, I have a simple one as you.
Because it's more practical, because I can't see myself drawing and painting and cosplaying with, a big rock on my finger. It's just in the way.
Yes, and I work with kids, so figure.
Yeah, that's just not a good idea.
Gonna scratch all the kids with my ring. Ah!
See, that's why I don't want a big fancy ring anyway, because I think of all these things and that becomes problems in my head. So
Yeah.
You're
We're too practical. That's the problem. We're too practical.
You're a hairdresser. If you were going with a big flat ring, you're gonna pull hair out of people's head.
the problem is I would like take it off and place it everywhere, and I would forget where I put it. So
Yeah. This is true.
I think the thing I would have done is that I would have just put it around like a necklace.
A necklace.
Wear it like a necklace. I cannot see myself wearing
The
it.
one ring.
Mm.
Yeah, I would do it Frodo style.
Oh, by the way, did we get any loot from the convention this year? We used to talk about loot.
We totally did. I actually bought a Deathly Hallows choker.
Ooh, I didn't see. When did you buy that?
When I bought the elf ears,
Oh, right.
I bought the choker. I don't have it here with me. It's in my jewelry room because I have tons of jewelry. Yeah, I hate jewelry, but I have tons. I have like too much. I can't even.
You're like a walking contradiction. You're so funny.
I never wear it. I'm like a dragon. I just like to hold on to it, you know?
It's like a hoard. It's mine.
Yeah, I cannot see myself giving it away either because, no, it's mine.
Mm-mm. You can have my furniture, but you cannot have my clothes or my jewelry.
So I bought that, and I bought 2 books. One about, like, the history of witches, and that's about, like, the witches from... Yeah, it's just the history of witches, and I have one about ghosts. So I'm really excited about starting reading those.
Very cool.
And I got one thing more.
Ooh,
I got myself some leggings with Adventure Time.
That's very cute. I really wanted to buy the mermaid leggings, and I also wanted to buy new hair dye because my hair is kind of yellow right now. But I couldn't be bothered to buy stuff now right before we're moving. It just seemed so unnecessary, so I'll just have to do that next time. How about you, Enyassia? What kind of loot did you bring home?
Well, I bought myself some moon elf ears for the Link cosplay because he has quite big ears. So the other ears, elven ears I have are smaller, so I wanted some bigger. And I bought like this very big mouse mat thing with the mouse pad, very big one to have under your keyboard and stuff like that, with the Kingdom Hearts decoration, and this very big hug pillow with Kingdom Hearts. And I do actually sleep with it.
It's probably very nice to just hold around and...
Yeah, the only problem is it's so smooth, it kind of slips away from me at night.
Oh,
it's trying to get away!
Yes, it's trying to get away. I wake up and...
That for Simon, yeah?
It was for Simon, but I use it myself.
Isn't that what gifts are supposed to be? You buy something for someone else so you can use it yourself.
Yeah. Well, I did. The motive is for him though because he likes Kingdom Hearts.
So the pillow part is for you, the picture is for him.
Yeah.
Seems like a fair trade.
So you can just put it in between you two, so you can hold it and he can just look at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I do that with my husband, you know, because I'm really cold in the nights, like most women. So usually I just crawl under his blanket and I put my icy cold toes on his legs, and he goes like, "Ugh, what's wrong with you?"
Well, for us it's the other way around. Mostly, he has the cold feet and put them on my legs. But he's quite warm. Otherwise, we do have this double duvet, so we share body heat, so this is lying between us when it's too much heat.
Alright, okay. Enough
Cool.
details, please.
Oh, you're such dogs.
No?
You are.
No. No.
What? No. No.
Here, Annabella, here's new engagement ring. This is a ring.
Oh, that's big.
It looks like a brooch.
I know, it's big and it's heavy.
Did you get that at the convention as well?
No, I just wanted to show you because we were talking about rings.
Oh, okay.
And things.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have this thing whenever I go to a convention, I have this need to spend money just to buy stuff. And then I get really sad when I don't. It's like, oh, I missed a chance to shop. Why?
Yeah, I wanted to buy those horns, but they were
really
a
pretty.
little bit expensive. Very pretty, but a little bit expensive. I mean, I get the price.
I totally get it. But you could probably make your own horns, you know? You're very crafty.
Yeah, maybe. Someday.
I just wanted to buy that llama fluffy teddy bear.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they were cute.
Kitties.
I wanted the cat, yeah. It was awesome.
The rainbow llama. The rainbow llama. Hello. Need I say more?
No, you probably don't. No.
Gay llama.
Yeah. But to sum it up, I think we all had a really good time at Desucon Cosplay in Japan. It was a nice convention, and they had made some really great improvements.
They had. I was really amazed about all the children who was there.
Yeah, there were a lot of young kids there.
I've never seen that many kids at a convention before, but yeah.
But I think that's kind of the thing with cosplay in Japan. I think it attracts more a younger age group than the other conventions do.
Yeah, and I think that Desucon has been becoming more famous among non-cosplayers as well.
Yeah, because it's in the middle of, the city center, so it's easy to get to, and it's a fun thing to do with the kids during the, the weekend or something.
Let's go look at all the crazy people in their outfits.
Well, a lot of people were looking when they were walking by. I think the police even drove by, staring at people like, what is going on here?
Yes. Slowly, but what?
That's always fun. So we also had a photo shoot together, and if people visit our Facebook pages, which is Pixiedust, Annabella, and Enyassia Cosplay, they can see some of the new photos as they roll in as I finish editing them. It's going to take a while.
Eventually.
But we've posted a few pictures so far.
Can't you show something?
Huh?
Can't you show something?
No, because the screen share thingy isn't working in this browser. So... Sorry. Yeah, but let's move on from our main topic and move into the last segment of the day, which is geekery. So have we watched or played or read anything interesting during the last week?
Math? That's interesting.
Stop saying that!
No, math is cool. You can do a lot of cool things. It's like potions, only with numbers. It's cool.
You can solve crimes.
You can solve crimes and problems and, everything I want to do. You can do it with math. Yeah, and I've been at a lecture about...
math?
No. I've been at a lecture about the history of poltergeists and what they have been called up through the years, which was really interesting.
Yeah, that sounds real fun. I would like to do that too.
Yeah, and one thing because there's this British professor, he's he does law. He's he knows everything about law. What's that called?
Jus?
Han är en advokat.
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer!
Or a barrister if you want to be real fancy about it.
Yeah, and he has studied a lot of paranormal stuff, and especially the poltergeist activity stuff. And what is funny is that in law, if one thing has happened a lot of times. In court, they often judge people based on things that has happened to.
Yeah, it's called precedence. It has precedence.
Yes, and these things get like judged with less evidence than a lot of paranormal cases has, because then it doesn't, affect at all. And this is kind of funny to me because a lot of paranormal cases throughout the years have all the same ingredients and all the same things are reported. It's really interesting and fun and scary, but that's why it's fun.
Yeah. It's always fun when it's a little bit scary. That's kind of why we do this too. It's a little bit scary as well. Okay. How about you, Enyassia? Have you done anything?
Yeah, I've just finished all my books about Drizzt. I won't say anything in case there are
spoilers. No.
some viewers who are watching. But yeah, and yes, I've been playing Vanilla WoW with my boyfriend and his friends. And I have started to watch the originals. And I must say, the original series is much more fun than the Vampire Diaries. Much more exciting, and it's not so much like... It's not the cliché kind that started off after Twilight was so popular and stuff like that. So it's much more interesting characters, and I like the excitement and intrigues.
Very cool. I've always been a fan of vampires myself. I started reading Anne Rice's The Body Thief and Queen of the Damned, An Interview with a Vampire years and years ago. And I've kind of been hooked on vampires ever since. But I never really got into the whole Vampire Diaries or Twilight vampires because they're too nice for me.
They're sparkle.
Yeah, they're too pretty. There's something too young adult about it all.
And they can make babies. No,
yeah, that's
they can't.
Wrong.
It's no.
I mean, part of the fun of being undead is being sterile. Serious.
All right, enough with that piggy talk, please.
Okay, I'll try. But yeah. So I think I've actually decided to write my bachelor's dissertation in aesthetics and media science about vampires. In popular media.
They are very popular. They are very popular, but I think that zombies are taking over because vampires was like really, really on top for 5 years ago, but now zombies, way up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like zombies is the new it thing in the horror scene. But it's not so much because vampires are so popular right now, even though they still are. It's more like looking at vampires in an aesthetical light from the early films like Nosferatu and up until modern day interpretations of vampires. I think I want to study that and write a dissertation about how our perception of what a vampire is has changed from those early black and white movies up until today.
The only vampire for me is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh yeah,
Gary Oldman. I'm just saying, no one else. That's the only vampire.
Have you guys watched Supernatural before?
Yeah, I've seen like 6 seasons or 7, I think.
I've seen everything.
Yeah,
so.
I don't remember which season or episode it was, but it was one kind of funny one with the Dracula in it.
Yeah.
It's so funny. He's not a vampire. He's a shapeshifter pretending to be Dracula, and a werewolf and a mummy. And it's very funny.
I don't think I've seen that episode, or if I have, I can't really remember it, but it makes me want to see it again.
Isn't it in black and white?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's so funny.
And also, I really liked the Dracula in Hotel Transylvania.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's cute.
So
Or
cute.
Count Acula, or whatever it's called. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's cute. What else have I been doing? Well, I finished the the first book in the Ravenring series, earlier this week, I think, or last week, something like that.
I just realized today that Siri Pettersson is a cosplayer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought she was just like a random person that we didn't know who just wrote fantasy in Norwegian. But she's like a cosplayer that I met.
Well, that's kind of fun that you realized today. Yeah, no, I met her at a book signing and a seminar that she had with Laini Taylor, who wrote The Daughter of Smoke and Bones, and Tone Almjell, who wrote the Twist Rose Key. They had one at Deichmanske Bibliotek in Grünerløkka. So I went there to listen to the seminar. It was really funny and really endearing, and just made me love those women a lot. And the only book I hadn't read was The Twist Rose Key, so I felt like I could relate to pretty much everything that was being said on stage. And it was nice.
Cool.
And got to say hi to Siri Pettersson as well. She's very sweet. And also, I'm planning on going to the book release party of her last book in the Ravenring series, the 22nd of October. So, and the event is open, so anyone who wants to come and meet other people who have read the books should definitely head down to Gåsa, I think it's a place, and party with us and celebrate the release of the last book in the trilogy. I think it'll be really cool.
When is this?
The 22nd of October. I think it begins at 6 or 8 or something. But I can link to that in the show notes as well, of course.
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. Yeah, I haven't really had time to game much because we've been packing down all our stuff, and so now all my PlayStation and Nintendo and everything is gone. It's in a box.
I can relate to that because we have had a house showing this week, 2 house showings, so everything is packed away.
So your apartment is boring now, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, it is. And we put a tablecloth on our dining room table, or not dining room, it's like the salon table in front of the couch. So now my dog thinks that it's something you can walk on. So he suddenly started walking on the table.
Maybe he thinks the tablecloth is grass or something?
I think he thinks that it's like an extended couch.
Maybe. You can't
It
tell the
doesn't
difference.
look like the table anymore and doesn't feel like the table anymore, so it can't be the table anymore.
Exactly. So we were watching TV, so he just sat down in the couch with us, and suddenly he saw something there. It actually was cottage cheese.
Okay.
He saw cottage cheese at the screen, so he was like, whoa, 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 and then he just jumped up, ran over the table, and like dived from the table into the floor. I couldn't be angry with him because I was just laughing so hard about what just happened.
He clearly hates cottage cheese.
Apparently.
I can relate.
It's delightful. Cottage cheese is yummy.
I think so too. I like cottage cheese.
But then again, I'm an old lady on the inside. I like apple jam and what's the word? Nype syltetøy. I think that's delicious.
Yeah, that's good too. I love rhubarb.
That last time when I mentioned this at work, people just laughed at me like, "What are you, 70?"
Oh.
No.
No.
I just like jam, okay?
My soul.
Old soul or something. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, but I think that's pretty much what we have time for. But at the very end, I just want to remind people that our CosCast contest is still open for entries. So if you have a story that is related to cosplay, it can be about anything as long as it has to do with cosplay. It can be sad or funny or something that changed your life or something that happened to a friend or whatever, just send it in to us on our Facebook page, CosCast. Just look it up on Facebook and you'll get there. Send us a message, tell us your story, and you will be eligible to win a large sheet of Warbler. And you get to choose which kind, brown or clear or black, whatever. So, yeah, do that, because who doesn't want free Warbler?
This is true.
Yes. And you can send in as many stories as you like. It just gives you a higher chance of winning.
Yeah.
And the contest ends on the 15th of November, so there's still a lot of time left. But, you know, we're going to need some time to judge and read all the stories and stuff, so the sooner you send in your story, the better.
Yes.
Yeah. So do that. Go to facebook.com/CosCast, click on Send Message, and write us out that message with your cosplay story and send it.
Do it.
Do it. Okay, and so next episode, I think we will be talking about cosplay for a living, if we can get any guests on who know a little bit about this. I think we could probably talk to Celia Danielsen, because she appears as Elsa in some respects. Or it would be really fun to get Tina Maria Ries on, because she does a lot of cosplay-related things for a living. So if you know them, or if you have some opinions on the matter, we would really welcome you to be a guest on the show next Sunday.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't work out, we'll have a backup plan, so never you fear, we'll be back next Sunday anyway.
Not me. I'm in Tromsø, staying with my grandmother, so I don't even have internet. Think about that. I won't having internet.
I know, it's the end of the world.
You're gonna have so much fun.
Well, yeah, maybe I'll do some knitting.
Yeah, who knows? Okay, so that's pretty much everything we had time for this week. You can find the CosCast on Facebook at facebook.com/CosCast. You can find our pages at Pixiedust Cosplay, Annabella Cosplay, and Enyassia Cosplay. You can also follow us on Instagram. You can find me under Anita Pixiedust in one word. You can find Enyassia under, well, Enyassia. And Annabella goes under the name NGH Sunniva. So look us up on Instagram and follow us there too. And we thank you so much for having watched this episode and for being our loyal viewers and for sending us questions and comments or participating in our interviews and being our guests. Just keep doing that because we think this is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so join us next Sunday, and until then, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.